think it's come a long way from the first edit I saw a few years ago, and it's all just really interesting and really interesting to see how far it's come with surf brands mainly. But I think it's going to be good to see who gets on board from the people who don't care, actually, the brands that will make a change so that the people who don't care don't have another choice.
Yeah, it's made me want to find out more about Ulex and really understand what I'm wearing, what I'm purchasing, and kind of open my eyes to how I blindly rely on marketing almost, and I need to do more research, take more responsibility.
Surfing can put people's lives at risk of like as they were saying about cancer and that, and like the wetsuits that we put on, we don't even bat an eyelid about what it actually does to people, if you know what I mean.
The story really uncovers the bigger picture of like policy change, and I think trying to make that happen is a big sort of goal, and us as consumers can put pressure on brands and local shops, but it is tough out there as well. You know, the economic sort of climate is hard for people to enjoy, you know, lots of sort of things that we do. You know, we're privileged to be able to sit in the ocean and bob around, you know, and I think we need to sort of remember that us as surfers, we are really privileged, and society has big problems, and we need to sort of try and navigate that and be empathetic and compassionate, and that really.
I've not seen the film before, but I've seen the trailer, I've read a lot about stuff online, and I'm like kind of horrified at the actual story and how so many big brands have kind of turned a blind eye. So I guess it's just the more people that can see it and the more people that know about what's going on, the bigger the change can be.
The last wetsuit that I bought was Ulex, and you know, moving forward, I think that, you know, as things just improve year on year on year, that the next wetsuits I'll buy will be Ulex and my accessories and things like that as well. I think what's really, really encouraging is to see that like the more brands that take this on board, then obviously that brings the price down for the consumer. You know, and when you hear about people like Decathlon that have made the shift to make like their cheap wetsuits for kids to wear on the beach, accessible ones, you know, and stuff. Once they start doing things like that, and you know, that could be like a big tipping point. So yeah.
I feel like it's already influenced my thoughts on wetsuits, and it'll definitely change what I buy in the future. So yeah, I do think it will have an impact, a positive one. Yeah, for people wondering if Ulex is as good of a product as neoprene, I think if you think about how neoprene was 10 years ago, it wasn't very flexible. It's had a lot of like development over the past few years, and I think when Ulex gets the same amount of influx of money and product development, I think in the future it'll end up being a better product. It's going to be cleaner, more environmental friendly, and it'll cause less damage to the planet.
Oh, I think you've got to watch it. I think if you surf in and you use a neoprene, you can't be ignorant, and there's no excuse now because we know. So if you don't know, then you have to know. Before there was that excuse because people didn't know, but you can't use that excuse anymore. So yeah.